I knew as soon as your brain starts trying to negotiate a peace deal with you like that, you have to just say, nah, fuck it. New training week. No idea how my running is going to look this week. I'm just having a look now actually. This is a bit of a weird week for me. I've actually got a normal week in terms of how I used to work with my working hours. So it's going to be a little bit tricky. I'm going to either have to run really early in the morning or run after work at night. I've got away with running in the daylight for so long, either before a late shift or after an early shift or in between a split shift. I'm on normal hours this week, 7 till 4. I've got 5 by a mile on either Tuesday or Wednesday to do, and then I've got an in-out tempo at the end of the week. So I've got some good speed work to put in. The 5 by a mile, which is either tomorrow or Wednesday depending, it says on my old notes, starting around 10k pace and aiming to gradually squeeze them. Up early for a nice workout today. Not feeling it one bit, but it's my only other alternative. Either do it in the dark where the roads are completely empty, or do it at 5 PM when it's absolute manic around here. 5 by 1 mile. Okay, I'm going to be quick on this. The moon's still out now. Just gone 5 AM. I started my warm up just after 5 AM. I've got to be in work at just gone 7, so I've got less than 2 hours. The actual workout's going to be 10 kilometers long, mostly, something like that. Then you've got the 2k warm up, 2k cool down. So I'm going to have less than an hour to get back, showered, ready, and get back to work. So I need to be. And I've got plenty of time, but I can't be messing around with the camera much. My warm-up just consisted of 2 kilometers running, 5-minute 2 kilometer pace. That was the total average. And I'm going to get this workout underway now before the roads start getting busier. Because right now I'm just getting the odd taxi, which is not bad, but it'll soon change. I've only got 2 more to go. That one was okay. The next one should be okay. Obviously the last one will be hard. I'm judging this by how I think the elevation's going to fall. I've got 1 more mile to go. Now, a mile's a long bloody way, but I've just done 4 of them reps. They've all been pretty consistent. So it's just time to wind this next one up now, get it done, and it's a nice cool down. What a win for the day that will be. They are done. That was tough. My last mile was my quickest mile. They were all tough. They were all average round about the same. I think it was maybe 351 or 352 per kilometre. The aim of the workout was to stick around 10k pace for 1 mile reps 5 times. Don't burn the recoveries too much because you'll pay for it in the rep. And try and not go too fast at the start, which I nearly did. But then it was all kind of just okay, the reps. So I'm happy with that. Nearly 10k for the day in the workout, 9.89 kilometers, 2 kilometer warm up, 2 kilometer cool down. That's almost 14k for the day, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning, 2 minutes past 6. I've got to be in work in an hour, so I'll do a 10-minute cool down, get ready and whip to work. I've already got my sandwiches made up, some nice tuna mayo stuff for dinner, get a bowl of bran flakes when I get back in, because I've bloody earned them. I've not said that in a while, so that was good. That's the first bit of my shift done. Now I can go and get some well-earned breakfast because I've absolutely ate nothing since that big session this morning. I've done about 3 hours driving on this 101, and I've got to go back into town and then back to Southern Cemetery, then I'm done. So then I can get back and there's no training, no running. I can have some good food, chill out, chicken barbecue pasta, something else for supper, it's just great. Do you know when you get that run done in the morning and you think, what have I got to do when I get back? Absolutely nothing. Just spend time with the kids, spend time with Kate, try and relax. When I seen me shift pattern this week, I thought, no, you're not getting me before Christmas. I'm not skipping any of these workouts. Anyway, I've got to set off in 3 minutes, so I need to go. Done, finished. Thank for that. Go home and get some dinner / tea / whatever I want to eat, because I've been so good. And did my session this morning. God damn, I love it. It's just starting to rain now. Imagine having to do that session now, just as it's getting dark, the roads are getting busy, it's starting to piss down. But that session was a really good session. I never got a chance to talk about it much. Obviously, I was squeezed for time. I knew when I was hitting the session, okay, I've got to do 10k effort, and it had like my paces 350 to 4 minute kilometer pace, and that was just as hard as 5k effort, because that 5 seconds per kilometer, you don't feel it. I mean, obviously you can feel it, but it's neither here nor there running 5 seconds quicker over the kilometer. And what I mean is, it all feels hard anyway. So I knew I was sat what pace I wanted to sit and hit, and then once I got like in a comfortable rhythm doing it, it was good. And also my effort paces kicked ass. Like, all my effort paces on my splits said I was running quicker effort wise than I was obviously hitting the pace wise, because about 3 out of 5 of them reps was just mostly uphill. It was a nightmare this morning. It's just nice to keep ticking off these sessions, and I felt crap today. As the day's gone on, I felt a little bit under the weather more and more. I woke up and something wasn't right with me this morning, but it wasn't that bad. I could get by doing the session. And as the day wore on, and I've just been sat there driving that bus, I felt more and more a little bit worse. Nothing that a few paracetamol and a hot cup of tea and a good night's rest won't do me. Do you know what I mean?
Lacey, you ready? Are you ready? This one goes upside down and everything. Look how high we are, son! Are we having so much fun? I woke up late today. Still got out of the house probably around about 5 AM, but I didn't wake up till 4:45. I kept falling back asleep and dreaming I'd done this run. Mad as that sounds. Good morning, run. Pressed for time today. It's 5:36 now. Got to get back and have a shower and get the bus to work. Got to be in work for 7, so I had to fit that one in. I'm glad that's fitted in though. There's the first kilometre in 5 minutes 7 seconds. That's felt surprisingly alright, considering it's not even 4 in the morning yet. Now, I'm not just saying this because I'm doing it. This type of running at this time in the morning is so stress-free and peaceful compared to doing it at the back end of the afternoon, where everything's everywhere and everyone is everywhere. I thought I'd dread this and it'd be like a really hard week, but I've actually enjoyed running early in the morning. Now the wind and the rain's really kicking in a little bit. Right, that's 5 kilometres in about 25 minutes. Either just over or just under. This has felt surprisingly pretty easy. 8 kilometres, 5 miles, easily done before 4:30. That is an achievement for me, that. 4:59 kilometre pace, I think it was paced pretty consistently. I felt really good, not out of breath, despite even taking the camera in my hand and taking my phone out of my pocket. I've had to take my phone out of the pocket, take my glove off, turn the torch on my phone to hold this while I'm filming. Madness just for some video, but yeah, it's pitch black, and the mount on my GoPro, you have a media mod, it's busted, and even if it was working, the slot where the light goes, a clip on the light's broke, so it'll just slide out. So filming in the dark is not that easy. But you know, it is what it is. It's done now. I'm just finishing my warm-up before this in-out tempo. My warm-up done. What I've got today is 4 minutes running between 4:20 and 4:30 kilometre pace. Then it switches to 4 minutes running from around 3:50 to 4 minute kilometre pace, and it just alternates like that. It's like a fartlek workout in out tempo. So the whole purpose of the workout is to build up a bit of lactate on the faster reps, and then sort of teach your body to clean the lactate out of your body on the slower reps, but without still going too slow, and then work back into it. And it's supposed to teach your body to get rid of the lactate more efficiently, so it increases your threshold, your VO2 max, so you can run a bit quicker for longer, sort of thing. Anyway, I'm pressed for time, like I am in the morning, like I have been all week, so I'm gonna get this done now. So first it's 4 minutes at the slower pace, and then 4 minutes into the quicker pace. One more 4 minute rep to do. I'm on my last sort of recovery 4 minutes before I go into the big last 4 minutes, if that makes sense. Last 4 minute rep. Wow. That was a tough old shift, that, and it's just turned 6 AM. I've got a 10-minute cool down. I've got to be in work by 6:59. I almost put it off, you know, like we do. We almost, like, my brain was saying, do it Saturday morning tomorrow, because you're not in work till 8 AM, so you'll get an extra hour to get it done in the morning. I knew as soon as your brain starts trying to negotiate a peace deal with you like that, you have to just say, nah, fuck it. So I'll give myself an extra 10 minutes to wake up, give me head a wobble, get out the door and got it done. When I'm in work now today, no matter what the day brings, I'll know I did this in the morning. You know what I mean? I've not got it hanging over my head to do when I get home. I've got up and I've tackled a very hard task just as the birds are waking up, and it makes me happy, honestly does. 2 kilometre warm up, 2 kilometre cool down, and in the middle of that, it's what, 7.96 kilometre session, averaging 4:02 per kilometre. Sometimes I have to wake myself up in the mind to make me realise that that's becoming normal for me. Bring on the day. Belting shift that today. The session went perfect, it really did. It's just a perfect balance of nice slower running, then the faster running, and everything went right. Like, my on reps was more or less bang on. 351, 353, 353 and 348. All of them perfect. My off reps even, 415, 415. I had a 408 and a 420, but I had the 408, I knew I went a little bit quick. It didn't cost me in the rep. But then for the last rep, I just took a little bit of an extra breather, slowed down, by like an extra 5 seconds per K and actually hit the pace I should have actually hit. And then blasted the last rep in 3 minutes 48 seconds per kilometre. So I was happy with that. Training's going good, you know. I'm going to be doing 5k time trials at the end of every month. So at the end of January I'll do another 5k time trial and I'll try and beat me 18:48. But I want to start looking for some 10k races in the first quarter of 2025. The only problem I've got with the 5Ks is I can only do them at park runs or time trials because there's just 5k races are just few and far between. There's not many of them about. So I'm doing some 10k training on top of that. Like, it's going to be fast stuff anyway, me training, but I'm going to be extending it to 10k. So if a 10k race pops up, I'm ready. And I don't have to just think, oh, I'm not ready for that. I can't, you know, that's in 2 weeks. I'll be ready. Now that was the mindset behind the 6x5 minutes last week and the 5x1 mile this week, and then that in-out tempo today. It's 10k training. It's just, I'm just pushing the envelope a little bit. Now my endurance is getting a little bit better. But I had a good session this morning, and just sets you up for the day when you do that, doesn't it? That's another good week running. I'm happy with everything with me running this week. I set myself a personal challenge to get up and run early every morning. Mainly because, like I said, I don't want the busy period at night, the rush hour, but also I want more time with everyone at home over Christmas. I don't want to come in and start rushing around, running around and stressing about doing a session or whatever. So I've managed to do it and get it all done. And sometimes when you do a session, you might get a bad session where you hit a rep and it just doesn't go well. The recovery burns you and you think, why am I feeling like this? Both my sessions were done perfectly. Both my sessions were done exactly how I wanted them to be done, and it felt good. I did my long run today. Technically it was today, but it was Saturday night really. 12:01 AM Sunday morning. I was watching the boxing last night and I knew it had finished around about midnight, or it could potentially finish later. So I didn't want to have 3 hours sleep and get up and have to do a 10-mile run. That just did not. I didn't want to do that. So I managed to get out and get my run done at midnight. It's midnight, so technically it is Sunday. I really don't want to get up at 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning to do my long run, and that would give me limited sleep. This is pretty brutal, even for my standards this week. I already felt like turning around. I'm not even 1 kilometre in. Quite unforgiving. Wind and rain. The weather was still crap, but it is what it is. I got it done technically on Sunday. That's my long run done. 16.3 kilometres. Happy with that. When I looked at my rota this week and I seen the mess, and I thought, okay, it's like it was a challenge to try and just get it all in, and not just get it all in, get it all done good. Not half-assed any workouts, not took it easy, not felt sorry for myself, not said I've not got time. Just my own personal challenge. That leaves me week to 72 kilometres, or set just under 73, and I've managed to do everything what I set out to do. So a successful week. Next year I really want to get some PBs. I've not PB'd in the 5k or the 10k. 5k is 2021. The 10k, my last PB was 2019, and my half marathon was 2019. The only thing really that I've PB'd in recently was the marathon last year, which next week it'll be 2 years ago, because it was Manchester Marathon 2023. So I just want to really push on next year. Now I've got my weight down to a nice healthy weight, between 13 stone 10 and 13 stone 12. I've never been this light. I've never felt this good. So I really want to try and get some PBs next year and push for the sub 3 hour marathon in the autumn and really kick ass and get some PBs. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate it as always, and I hope you enjoyed the video.